You know exactly where everything is, you just can't explain it to anyone else. You've been called disorganized your whole life, but psychologists are starting to call it something very different, a cognitive signature. And the people who have it almost always show up in the same three specific patterns. Here's the first one. You've given someone your "I'll find it in 2 seconds," guarantee found it in 2 seconds, and watched their face shift from skeptical to genuinely confused. Your brain doesn't organize by category, it organizes by location. Cognitive scientists call this spatial memory you remember, where something lives in the physical world, not what folder it belongs to. You're not disorganized, you're running a spatial filing system that most people don't have the processing style to read. There's a pile on your desk that looks random, but you'd notice immediately if someone moved it. That face-down book on the floor, that's a thought you haven't finished. That stack of articles, that's a problem your brain is actively holding open. Your desk isn't a storage space, it's a second screen, and you've learned to run programs on it. This is what cognitive load theory tells us. Your working memory is finite. Your brain is constantly making trade-offs about what to hold, what to offload, and where to park things externally. And for certain people, a clean desk doesn't free up mental bandwidth. It costs it because now the system itself demands attention. There's a deeper principle underneath this called embodied cognition, the idea that your thinking doesn't stay trapped in your skull. It extends outward into your body and your environment. For you, the objects in your space aren't clutter. They're external memory nodes. When it disappears, you don't just lose tidiness, you lose the externalized version of your mind. The second pattern, you resist labeling folders, drawers, or shelves because the moment something gets formally categorized, some part of your brain stops actively holding it. And losing active hold feels like losing the thing entirely. This is your high openness to experience showing up in real time. Decades of Big Five personality research show that highly creative, associative thinkers score measurably lower on conventional orderliness, not from laziness, but because their cognition runs on connections, not categories. Associations don't file neatly. They never did. Researchers at the University of Minnesota found that people working in disorderly rooms generated significantly more creative, novel ideas than people in tidy ones. The tidy group made safer, more conventional choices. The mess wasn't the problem. For some minds, the mess was the engine. The third pattern, and this one surprises people. When someone cleans your space for you, you don't just feel annoyed. You feel cognitively slower for a day or two afterward until the space fills back up with evidence of your current thinking. You've watched someone helpfully tidy your desk and felt something close to panic. Not because you're precious about it, because in the 30 seconds it took them to straighten your piles, your entire thinking system just got wiped. You knew where everything was. You could have reconstructed the whole project from memory just by glancing at the layout, but now it's organized and somehow it's gone. Here's the counterintuitive part. The mess isn't a byproduct of your work, it's the workspace. What looks like disorder to someone else is your thinking made visible, a real-time map of every open loop, every half-formed idea, every thread you're still pulling. Some of this overlaps with neurodivergent processing styles, and that's not a coincidence. But what we're talking about here isn't a diagnosis. It's a cognitive pattern that shows up across a wide spectrum of people, and it's been quietly misread as a character flaw for a long time. This doesn't mean the mess never cost you anything. It does. You've lost things. You've looked disorganized in moments when it mattered. You know the specific shame of someone raising an eyebrow at your desk before you've had a chance to prove what you can do. But here's what the research keeps circling back to. The mess was never the problem people said it was. It was a system running on hardware they weren't trained to recognize. At some point, the world decided neatness was a proxy for intelligence, for discipline, for being someone worth taking seriously. It isn't. You don't have a messy space. You have a workspace that hasn't been translated into a language other people speak yet. And the next time someone tells you to clean your desk before you can actually get anything done, remember, you were already getting things done. The desk was how.